Coming up tonight, the Golden Isles by-election is heating up. Will residents be swayed by Papa Ingram or Daddy Davis? Former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram speaking to constituents at the FNM's Rally in the Alley finale. But first, a pedestrian is dead tonight after he was struck by two vehicles. While one driver is assisting police, they also need your help locating the second driver. And later, thousands of women from all walks of life coming together for empowerment, elevation, and enrichment. The 2025 Inspire Her Conference is officially in the history books. We've got the details for these stories and so much more as Our News Weekend starts now. This is Our News Weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Megan Shepard. Tonight, all eyes are on the Golden Isles by-election set for Monday. The Free National Movement bringing out former Prime Minister Hubert Papa Ingram for the Rally in the Alley finale last night. We'll get to that in just a moment, but first, tonight, from police. Officers are investigating a traffic fatality that has left a man dead. Around 2 a.m., police were alerted to a male pedestrian being struck by a vehicle in the area of Podalio Street and Robinson Road. Officers responded and discovered the male unresponsive. It is reported that the victim was walking east along Robinson Road when he was struck by a male driver of a dark-colored Acura traveling east, which came to an immediate stop. Shortly after, a second vehicle, a gray Honda with multiple occupants, struck the victim lying in the street and fled the scene, traveling east along Robinson Road. EMS visited the scene and reported that the victim sustained severe injuries to his body and showed no vital signs of life. The driver of the first vehicle is cooperating with investigators as they continue to examine the circumstances surrounding this tragic event. Police now appealing to the public for any information that may assist in locating the driver of the second vehicle. If you have any relevant details, please contact police at 911-919, your nearest police station, or the traffic division at 397-8050 or 1. Anonymous tips are also welcomed through Crime Stoppers. Meantime, police on Kent Island are investigating a suspicious death in the community of Smith's Bay Friday night. Shortly after 8:30 p.m., police responded to a single vehicle incident on Queens Highway involving a gray Honda Accord with a license plate number CT0290. Officers discovered the vehicle had crashed into a utility pole. The unresponsive male driver is still inside. The local medical doctor examined the victim and pronounced him dead on scene. Further, it is reported that the victim had a pre-existing medical condition. An autopsy will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. Well, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram is stepping into the Golden Isles by-election, throwing his full support behind FNM candidate Brian Brown and directly addressing two national narratives dominating this race. Claims the agreed procedures during Monday's advance poll were not followed, and a political firestorm over returning officer Neil Campbell's close relationship with Prime Minister Philip Davis. Kendino Knowles has the story.
In a by-election already consumed by controversy, former Prime Minister and Free National Movement leader Hubert Ingram walked into Golden Isles Friday night with a message aimed squarely at voters, unsettled by this week's advance poll drama. The uproar began after FNMs and members of the Coalition of Independents accused government of acting outside the agreed plan for removing ballots from the polling station, fueling fears the process was compromised. At the center of it all, returning officer Neil Campbell, a longtime acquaintance of the Prime Minister, and a man the FNM insists should be removed from the post. The party wrote a formal letter outlining their concerns, with Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands arguing Campbell's closeness to the PM threatens public confidence in the vote. Campbell himself once likened his relationship with the Prime Minister to that of a father and son, a remark that has now gone viral and helped fuel the national daddy narrative. Prime Minister Philip Davis has dismissed calls for Campbell's removal, insisting their personal relationship has no bearing on the process, saying, quote, "Many people calls me daddy," end quote. It was against that backdrop that Ingram stepped on stage.
Fellow FNMs, your daddy been here? Well, Papa Reach.
That line was the former PM's way of signaling two things: his re-entry into national political discourse and his willingness to confront the daddy narrative head-on. And he didn't stop there.
Just a word of advice to that daddy. Wave, my friend. I want you to know that Fox and Sabas is called Perry Christie daddy. A word of advice is enough.
But beyond the jabs, Ingram told supporters his real purpose was to endorse Brian Brown, a man he says has shown loyalty to the constituency long after others would have walked away. Ingram reminded supporters Brown kept his office open after his 2021 loss, continued helping residents with everyday concerns, and faced the same neglect they face, from pothole-filled roads to aging public spaces.
He didn't pick up his Georgia bottle and leave. He never closed his constituency office. He remained here. He listened to your complaints, and he helped wherever he could.
The former Prime Minister argued Brown's deep ties to the area and history as a campaign general for the late Charles Maynard and Vaughan Miller make him uniquely positioned to serve, drawing comparisons to Frank Watson's 20-year legacy.
You have not had representation like Frank Watson since he's been gone. I believe Brian Brown could be your next Frank Watson.
8 minutes into his 12-minute speech, Ingram addressed what many voters have been asking since Monday: whether the election could be at risk of being stolen.
Don't concern yourself with whether they could thief an election from you. You can't thief an election in the Bahamas. We got too many guardrails, we got too many rules and whatnot, too many experienced people for that to happen.
With turnout expected to be critical in the outcome of Monday's vote, Ingram ended his remarks warning supporters the stakes stretch far beyond Golden Isles.
If they win the election on Monday coming, they can hold an early election. By March, we'll be in the polls. If they don't win, they can stench. You take it from me. And so, I've come tonight to ask you a very simple question. To vote for yourself, for your children, for your community, and for your country.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Candino Knoll.
And as voters of the Golden Isles constituency prepare to head to the polls on Monday morning, the Free National Movement holding their finale to their Rally in the Alley series last night. The event on Dignity Gardens featured an appearance by the former Prime Minister, as you just heard, and a major allegation from the party leader. Our Danielle Miller reports.
The Free National Movement held their final rally in the alley ahead of Monday's by-election. Speakers for this evening included the party's executive members, candidates, deputy leader, chairman, and former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram.
Your daddy been here? Well, Papa Reach.
Those cheers capturing the energy at Dignity Gardens Park as scores of party supporters and Golden Isles residents gathered to hear Friday night's guest speakers, each one highlighting Brian Brown's work as constituency chairman over the past decade, as well as his run as candidate for the last 8 years. Brown laying out how he plans to address the top concern of residents in the area.
First, we must deal with the number one concern I hear every door: safety. I, Brian Berkeley Brown, I will work hard, hand in hand with the police, with our churches, our residents, to strengthen neighborhood security.
And then, party leader Michael Pintard took to the podium, dropping a bombshell accusation.
They were supposed to build $20 million worth of homes in this same area. On the heels of that, this government deposited $10 million into an account, the so-called Carmichael Village Development Project Limited. We've asked in the house where we have protection, out of the house in case they wish to sue. Tell us who the board of directors are, because we understand the company is not in good standing. But tonight, we can tell you that they have deposited an additional $10.2 million in the same account.
He says the information can be found in the Ministry of Finance's report. This latest allegation comes days after Pintard claims persons were fired following an investigation at Bahamas Air involving unaccompanied passports on a flight to Haiti. The Office of the Prime Minister has released a press statement refuting the accusation, stating he has provided zero evidence to support that claim. And the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Passport Office, and Bahamas Air executive have all confirmed they had no record or report related to Mr. Pintard's claim. When the initial allegation was made by Pintard, a press release from the Progressive Liberal Party was published, calling for the leader of the opposition to produce evidence. After the rally, we asked Pintard about the request made by the PLP.
Oh, we've dealt with that matter. I spoke to it tonight, and I believe people are talking to the public themselves. So, again, it continues to unfold to prove that they have been dishonest about what I said initially. So, we'll see. Let's watch. Monday is coming. Should be an interesting day on Monday.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Thanks so much, Danielle. While the Office of the Prime Minister responding to matters raised in a Tribune article published on Friday, Director of Communications Latre Raming doubling down that there is no evidence to support claims made by opposition leader Michael Pintard regarding passports on a Bahamas Air aircraft. He says the Royal Bahamas Police Force, the Passport Office, and Bahamas Air executives have all confirmed that they hold no record or report related to Mr. Pintard's claim. And government is also providing this update in view of recent claims and public discussion.
The Tribune today reported on an event from March 1st involving Bahamas Air flight to Cape Haitian and the seizure of cash by Haitian authorities. That situation was handled through Bahamas Air internal investigation process and through the engagement of the relevant authorities and agencies. The public is also advised that the seizure of cash by Haitian authorities is a matter related to money laundering currently being addressed by the judicial authorities in the Republic of Haiti. The individual referenced in today's Tribune article was terminated based on his failure to provide full information during Bahamas Air internal investigation, a point he acknowledged in the interview published today. His dismissal was tied entirely to the ongoing review of the seizure of cash by Haitian authorities.
Raming says government will continue to communicate with the Bahamian people based on verified facts, adding conversations in the public space brings zero clarity without a report to law enforcement.
Any individual who believes they possess evidence of wrongdoing and criminal behavior carries a clear responsibility. Place that information directly in the hands of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Speaking to everyone whilst avoiding the police creates confusion and deliver zero clarity. Conversations in the public space bring zero clarity without a report to the law enforcement agencies.
As Goldie's Kong Shack moves to rebuild, it seems the business's owner has the full support of his nearly 70 employees, all vowing to stick beside him during these hard times. In this next report, Berthany McDermott shares the first-hand account of the employees who made the Kong House what it was and their plans moving forward.
Days after a fire destroyed Goldie's Kong House and several other stalls at Arwaki, the Kong King now says he's focused on rebuilding, but he's not doing it alone. He has the full support of his team of employees who say they will stand by their boss. Kirkwood Goldie Evans was not in New Providence when his business of 36 years went up in flames last week Sunday. When he got back earlier this week, he was devastated by the damage. Employees who were there when it happened revealed the experience.
Well, I was actually to work that morning. It was devastating to watch my bread and butter just burn standing there, and me hopeless, helpless, can't do nothing. So that's a great devastation to myself and my colleagues.
And then when I heard the news, we came out here, me and my friend Candy, we came out here and we watched it, we watched the flames. It was really rough. It was rough. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Prime Minister Philip Davis visited the scene and committed to assisting vendors in rebuilding. Goldie said he's expecting the government's assistance, but assures he will go on without it. Employees who weren't at work but heard of the disaster came running to see the damage firsthand.
Honestly, from my saw the pictures, from someone told me about it, I was kind of like in disbelief. And come out here and really see what's going on. Like, I don't know, like we are now, but I feel like I still kind of like in disbelief.
As for the next steps, the group says they will stick with their boss. They have organized avenues like these for both international and locals to support the rebuilding efforts.
Well, I'm the head chef here, so I got nowhere to go. Like you said, we're doing this together, we in this together. So far, he's still making sure everybody's straight. Everybody still get paid. We making sure we straight and box until then.
I stand with my boss,
Right.
best boss.
That's right.
We've been through it, and we can come out of this on the other side, bigger and better.
He have a big heart. You understand? He's an awesome person. So I'm not leaving him. Yeah. I ain't leaving. We sticking with him till the end, sweetheart. Right, Rosa?
That's right.
To the end. That's right. My boss. My good boss. Best boss. I tell you that.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Thanks so much, Berthany. Well, when our news weekend comes back from the break, from military to medical aid, the RBDF deploying a military ship carrying Marines and relief supplies to Jamaica. We've got more right after this quick break.
Fill up box for all $30.
The new KFC fill-up box, serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC fill-up box. Only at KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Yeah. First off, let me thank you, Camp, for one of the hottest tracks I ever heard. Goddamn, that's downright rugged track, down south, loving that feeling, that catching them vibes. Yeah, goes deep, I can feel it through my system. Bass kicking, yeah, baby, get some. I'm riding down this whole song while I'm swerving on my drive. Yeah. Don't stop, got my foot on the pedal. So hot that I can just rebel to the thump while I bump it up, yeah. Now you can't find me while I'm driving, yeah. You can't find
No need to daydream when you can drive off with a brand new car from Automall Bahamas today.
As a resident of Golden Isles for the past 22 years, I've lived there, served as the chairman for the constituency for the past 11 years. I know the needs, I know the infrastructure needs, I know the needs that the people in Golden Isles need. I drive through there every day. Some of the needs is the healthcare system, the environment. We're looking at it, safety in terms of the police presence being in the constituency on a daily basis. And so I'm excited about it. I'm excited to get Golden Isles up and running and making sure that it's be the best constituency in the Commonwealth of Bahamas. My name is Brian Berkeley Brown from the great constituency of Golden Isles. I'm asking that you lend me a vote so I could work for you.
This message has been brought to you by the Free National Movement.
Earlier this week, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force deployed a military ship carrying Marines and relief supplies to assist with post-storm recovery in Jamaica. The island nation was slammed by Hurricane Melissa last month, leaving dozens dead and widespread destruction in its wake. In the weeks since, the focus has been on recovery, and the RBDF is one of many agencies joining the relief and recovery mission. The RBDF's Disaster Assistance Response Team is leading that effort. Captain Sonia Miller is the DART team's commanding officer.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force, along with our mobile base unit and 32 RBDF personnel who comprise our DART team, will be mobilizing to Falmouth, Jamaica, to assist the Jamaican Defense Force with their disaster assistance and relief efforts. Our mission on the ground will be to support the Jamaica Defense Force with their operations.
Captain Miller says the assistance range from military to medical to relief supplies.
We're taking one of our nurse and our medic to assist and support JDF's operation there, and if possible, the local medical community there. We will also be assisting with other support functions in terms of our field kitchen will be utilized to assist with meal preparations for the Jamaica Defense Force team. We will be carrying disaster relief items.
All right, still to come on Our News Weekend, words of advice from author, Emmy-winning host, and entrepreneur Tabitha Brown, why she says authenticity is true freedom. But first,
Bahamas Rugby hits the pitch for international competition, and we get caught up with some hoops. Our Sports Weekend is up next.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Good evening, welcome to Our Sports Weekend. I'm Tage Adderley. The Bahamas hit the turf for the Rugby Americas North Sevens tournament in Arima, Trinidad yesterday. Here's how our guys did. The Bahamas men's sevens national rugby team played a couple of fast-paced matches yesterday in Trinidad against a pair of regional opponents. In the first matchup, the men took down Curacao 14-10 to get the win. However, they fell to our neighbor Turks and Caicos 24-0. Finishing the day with a 1-1 record. And earlier today, the squad squared up against St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tomorrow, they're in the knockout rounds where it's win or go home. And we'll have those highlights for you tomorrow evening, so stay locked in for that one. Now we're over to the courts to see how Bahamians did on Friday night. It's been a rough stretch for Klay Thompson and his Dallas Mavericks since the trade of Luka Doncic in January, which led to the firing of general manager Nico Harrison last week. But they got the 118-116 win over the New Orleans Pelicans last night. He had 5 in that one. One overall pick, Cooper Flagg stepped up to drop 29 points, the highest single game point total in his young career. Buddy Hield was scoreless off the bench in Golden State's 127-123 loss to the Portland Trail Blazers. And over in college, Dayton Aubrey had 13 off the bench, 2 of which came when he hit the clutch go-ahead layup in the last minute of the game to help his New Mexico Lobos to a big-time 80-78 win over Mississippi State. And of course, Thompson and the Warriors will play in the next hour. That's a wrap for sports this evening. For Our Sports Weekend, I'm Tage Adderley. I'll see you again tomorrow night.
On the other side of this break, meteorologist Ian McKinsey steps into the weather center. He's got a look at your weekend temperatures and conditions. Stick with us.
Hey, you going with me to the store?
No, that's straight. My boy got me.
And then cool.
No need to daydream no more when you can walk into Automall Bahamas and drive off in your favorite vehicle today. Take the stress out of car ownership with our extended 5-year warranty. As the automobile trailblazers, we offer genuine parts and carry a large inventory at all times for your convenience. Maintenance is never a problem. Our team of factory-trained technicians are equipped and always ready. Don't forget to visit our pre-owned department and multiple showrooms. So what are you waiting on? Drive off worry-free with our 5-year warranty.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here. You got to catch the next show here in London. I'm just leaving my Airbnb here in London because I only stay at the best places when I'm in London. But I'm going to have Bahamians on the show. That's right, Bahamians doing big things here in London, and also going to take you to some of the sites all around London. Whatever I can show you, I'm going to show you, all right? So catch the next Charlie Bahama show right here, Cable Bahamas, channel 212. Charlie Bahama show, every Friday night.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for sticking with us. Here's a look now at your forecast. Outside our studios under mostly clear skies. Gorgeous day across the country. Temperature 76. Feels like the same winds from the northeast at 7 miles per hour. Across the country, we have 73s in Freeport as well as Marsh Harbor. 76s in Nicholstown and in the capital in Alistown, Bimini. 75 in Great Harbor Key. 77 in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera. Central Bahamas, 78s in Kemps Bay, Black Point, 75s in Arthurstown and Coburn Towns in Salvador, pair of 76s in Georgetown and Port Nelson, Rum Key, 77 in Dead Skill Island. Southeast Bahamas, 79 in Duncantown, 81 in Matthewtown, a pair of 80s in Abrahams Bay and Providenciales, and 77s in Colonel Hill and Delectable Bay, Acklands. Taking a look now at our satellite and radar imagery, where we have high pressure system dominating. We do have some clouds across the extreme northwest Bahamas, not much in terms of any shower activity. High pressure should continue to dominate weather conditions pretty much into about Monday, when we expect a weak frontal system just to clip the extreme northwest Bahamas. Looking at the tropics right now, as we wind down with officially 1 week to go, we can't wait for the season to be done, and the tropics remain quiet, just the way we like it at this time. Boarding forecasts pretty much on the comfortable side for the northwest and central Bahamas. Winds will be northeast to east at 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4. High tide at 9 p.m. tonight, low tide at 2:57 a.m. tomorrow. In the southeast Bahamas, winds a tad bit stiffer down there. There'll be northeast east at 15 knots. There is a moderate risk for rip currents for you swimmers, seas 3 to 5 feet over the ocean. And in your extended forecast, gorgeous conditions pretty much into midweek. We have a weak frontal system that should clip the northwest Bahamas sometime Monday, then actually retrogress as a warm front by about Tuesday, Wednesday. Another front pushing into the northwest Bahamas by about Thursday. That system should become stationary. After that, by the weekend, we expect winds to pick up, get windy. Those high temperatures in the mid to low 80s, your low temperatures hanging into the mid to low 60s, and then gradually warming up as the week progresses. That's a wrap in the evening forecast. Make it a great, safe, productive week, everyone.
Thanks so much, Ian. Well, on a mission to empower, elevate, and enrich women across the country, Inspire Her, presented by the Cable Bahamas Group of Companies, returned on Thursday, of course with new speakers, but as always with the same great vibes. Our Danielle Miller was there.
It was an evening filled with sporadic dance breaks, attention-grabbing games, dazzling outfits, and meaningful conversations. More than 1,000 women from all walks of life entered Bahamas Ballroom with one quest in mind: to be inspired. Hosted by Cable Bahamas' group of companies for the 4th year, the conference undoubtedly brought joy to the faces of all attendees. Senior Communications Coordinator for CBL, Taja Longley, telling me the event has grown every year, fostering an environment of inclusion for all women.
Being a telecommunications company, we wanted to make a space for women in the technology field. But I think over time, as the conferences grew and we held them, I think we found our voice with Inspire Her, and we wanted to cater to not just women in ICT, but women of all walks of life.
From my experience, Inspire Her normally features a panel discussion. This year, however, hosts Stacey Campbell Marshall and Anastasia Palacios engaged in an intimate conversation with guest speaker Tabitha Brown. Here's just a bit of Brown's advice to the women in attendance.
Stay true to you, and trends come and go, but you don't. You know, you're going to be who you are until you are not here anymore. I always say the best gift we can give to ourselves is the freedom to just be our true self. And I had to come into that understanding because, you know, for many years I code switched, I conformed, I covered my accent, I did all the things that made everybody else comfortable. And the thing that blessed me and opened all the doors was me just being my doggone self.
The event also featured media powerhouse Deborah Lee for her words of advice and more from the 2025 Inspire Her conference. Tune into Our News Weekend this Sunday. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Looks like a great time. Thanks so much, Danielle. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News Weekend. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepard. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Hey guys, Megan Shepard here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.